Are generally able to convey a lot more by saying less. They're generally more reserved and project a kind of quiet confidence. They're less prone to big emotional outbursts or energetic displays of high-strung verbal diarrhea. They spend less time talking about themselves and how things make them feel, and more time grappling with whatever problem or issue is actually at hand. When they decide to show aggression, it's generally controlled and carefully measured and deployed at just the right moment for maximum impact. They're less likely to admit to personal weaknesses, insecurity, and emotional fragility, or complain about physical discomfort and danger. In writing terms, this is what we refer to as stoicism. A stoic character is one that's generally reserved and emotionally distant, the kind of person who bears their troubles and discomforts without too much complaining. It's a character type most commonly associated with traditional ideas of masculine behaviour. Why? Because that's how men generally act. To just shut the fuck up for a minute and let an uncomfortable silence stretch out before you is a pretty powerful weapon when it comes to tense conversations, because you're making it clear that you don't care much whether the other person expects a response. You'll speak to them when you're goddamn good and ready. Male characters today, however, mirror whatever they see and hear instead of imposing their own pace and tone on the conversation. They seem uncomfortable with the idea of protracted silence and feel the need to constantly talk to fill the gaps. Generally speaking, they're easily intimidated and outmatched, usually folding like a house of cards the moment they're challenged on something, and they're almost never able to hold their own in an argument, even if the facts and general situation actually support their position. They lack both the quick thinking and the belief in themselves needed to press their advantage and assert control over a situation. There seems to be this weird belief that stoic personalities are inherently dangerous and unhealthy, like men who don't constantly express their every thought and feeling are nothing but fountains of repressed rage and raw emotion, that taking decisive action and wanting to assert control over a tense situation is somehow fundamentally wrong. Well, if you're a man anyway. And well, to put it bluntly, that's absolute bullshit. The reality is that most of the time, men just don't feel things as deeply as people seem to imagine. They don't tend to get hung up on things in the same way that other people do. They don't constantly fret and worry over trivial problems. They don't like to be disrespected or treated as the weak link in the chain, and they generally don't complain about minor discomforts or things that nobody can actually fix, because they find that kind of behaviour annoying and off-putting in other people. And